Let's give a hand to Dr. Tony Genge. Welcome back. Haven't been here for a while. Thank you for being with us. And Kelby MacNayr on drums there. And welcome everyone to Celebrate here at the Victoria Truth Centre. For those who don't know me, I think everyone in the room does, but maybe online. I'm Rev.Lesia. I am a member here. I am a board member, and I happen to be the spiritual director too. So welcome. And what we're going to do is we're going to get started with our opening tune, My Soul is Welcome Here by Daniel Namot. So I'm going to invite everyone who wants to please get up, and we're going to be led in song by Kelby.
Yes, indeed. This is a beautiful song for a beautiful day. It's so nice to be here with you all. Please join in as you are ready. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Here we go. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Here we go. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. It's true, I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Whoa, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I'm getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Ain't it the truth?
Woo!
Yes, indeed.
My soul is welcome here. Dr. Tony Genge on the organ and Kelby MacNayr vocals and drums and the VTC Community Choir in the seats. Give yourselves a hand, please. All right, so here we are at the Victoria Truth Centre, another Celebrate Sunday, and it is sunny, yay! So we see the sunshine pouring through the windows, and today is a special Celebrate. I mean, every Celebrate is special, but today we have a different kind of special. But before I get into why, I'm gonna ask, is anyone here on a Sunday for the first time today? Well, you know what? Every moment is a brand new now moment. So welcome back, David. Welcome to this now moment. But we have Ephraim in the back who is here for the very first time. So why don't we give him the warm VTC welcome the way that we do? We love you. We appreciate you. And we're so glad you're here. All right, let's give him a hand. Aw, beautiful, beautiful. All right, thank you. And so we are here gathering in community, basically coming together to do one thing and one thing only. And that is to remember that love is all there is. Now, love can go by many different names. Some people call love God. Some call it source, spirit, consciousness, the quantum field, energy. The list goes on and on and on, right? But the thing is that it's not the word, it's not the label that we ascribe to that thing that is this incredible, amazing, divine, energetic flow that is moving and grooving its way in, through, around, and as everyone and everything. Because if there's only one thing, there can only be one thing, right? There's nothing separate, there's nothing else, there's no duality. Love is all there is. God is all there is. Source is all there is. So we are here not just to remember that, not just to talk about it or listen to it or just read about it. We are here to feel it. We are here to experience it in every single fiber of our being. We are here to celebrate it, and we are here to show up as that for ourselves, for each other, and for our world. So how does that sound on a Celebrate Sunday at VTC? Excellent. Lots of thumbs up and clapping and shaking of heads in a good way. That's great. Thank you, Shannon. Nice to see you again. All right, so here we are, and let us also remember where we are doing this celebrating, that we are coming together on Lekwungen territorial land, the land of the Songhees and Esquimalt nations, and we honor their profound stewardship and reverence for the energies of these sacred spaces. What a blessing, gift, and privilege it is to be able to live and breathe and work and play and co-create together in the shared spirit of harmony, respect, and love. May our community uphold this legacy of care and interconnectedness that Lekwungen peoples have and continue to embody in all that we learn and manifest here. Haichka. All right, so now we're going to move into our reflective tune. And so this is a time when we get to close our eyes or lower our gaze and just turn within and really focus on the essence of who and what we are. And that's essentially the entire song, Open Wide My Heart. However, there are some lyric slides if you like to follow along. So if you want to sing along, I invite you to do so. If you just want to close your eyes and be still and just immerse yourself in the love that is about to express more fully, then I invite you to do that as well. All right. Open wide my heart, 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 open wide my heart.
As we come with open hearts, we feel the presence within each and every one of us of the divine source, infinite, universal mind, infinite wisdom, infinite love. And our purpose here this morning is to share that with each other and empower ourselves to share it with the world. And for this we are grateful, and so it is.
Open wide my heart, 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 open wide my heart. And so let us continue to just feel that widening of our hearts, allowing ourselves the opportunity to continue feeling this infusion of greater expressing of love. And as we remain at this level of consciousness that is expanding, let us bring into those opened, widened hearts someone we know could use a little bit of affirmative prayer or spiritual support. And let us hold that being, those beings in our heart, in our mind's eye, knowing only the wholeness, allness, and wellness of their being. I invite everyone to receive a cleansing, nourishing breath in and release. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. As we shift gears and move into our theme for the month, which is embodiment. And so that is our purpose here at VTC. Like I said at the beginning, we're not here to just talk about God. We're not just here to learn about spirit. We're not just here to sort of dig into what's it all about. We are here to experience this incredible, amazing thing, this power, this presence, this profundity. We're here to experience that in our bodies more fully every moment of every day. And so we come together in community to be able to do that maybe a little bit more than we might be able to do so at home, or differently that we might be able to do so at home. So to anchor us in this theme for the month, we have this affirmation. I am continually expanding into greater awareness and embodiment of the love I truly am. So today, I'm actually going to invite people to stand up, and we're going to declare this affirmation together. Maybe it's the sun, maybe it's the organ, I don't know, but there's new energy in here like there is every time. And so I just invite everyone to check out this affirmation and just tune into what it is that is bubbling up for you as you read those words. What is it that you're feeling? Where is it in your body that you are feeling and noticing what's happening? And then feet firmly on the ground, heart open wide. Let's take in a big breath together and declare this together. I am continually expanding into greater awareness and embodiment of the love I truly am. Go ahead and sit down. And so what does this one feel like this month? This affirmative anchor, this declaration, this call to action. For those who are here for the first time, for those who are maybe returning after being here one time, this is the opportunity where we get to have a couple of shares from the community with whatever it is that is present for you in this moment. So, oh, okay, there we go.
So remember last week, you were talking about setting a place for God. So John and I have been doing it, and even with our granddaughter, Caitlin. And it's an opportunity for us to expand our awareness about that person and express things that we maybe haven't said to them or would like to say. And it's been a very powerful experience. So thank you for that message last week. It was great. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Reverend Gail. I forgot, and then a few days ago went, and I was coming to dinner, and I set the place. I'm like, what are we calling in? What are we calling in here? So, yeah, just such a great perspective on a tradition that my family, Ukrainians at Christmas Eve have to have this additional place setting at the table that represents people who can't be there, that represent or is available for someone who should happen to come by. But what I was talking about last week, for those who weren't here, is that when my mom and I went to church, the Ukrainian Catholic Church here, first time for me since we moved here 9.5 years ago, when the priest was talking about the 12 traditional dishes and the meal that is served on Ukrainian Christmas Eve, he said this empty place setting, it's not just about those two things. It is about our openness to expand into a deeper relationship and understanding of God, to experience God more fully. And I just thought, that is so amazing and kind of different from what I understood growing up a Ukrainian Catholic. Anyway, thank you, Reverend Gail. Is there anyone else who would like to share something that is present for them in this moment? Eva.
I heard recently that now even science is, it's been like science against spirituality. Even science now is admitting that there's more to what we see.
Finally. Yeah, fantastic. Thank you very much. Okay, well, we're going to move right along here, and the reason that I am excited, and today is a special celebrate, is because we have a special guest with us today. She is known to some of you, but not to all, and so I'm just going to read this fantastic short bio that she sent me a few days ago. Rev. Patricia Zogar, in the front row here, has recently returned to Victoria after an absence of 17 years to lead the Victoria members of Unity Vancouver Island into their next phase of growth. In the interval, she has served New Thought communities in Winnipeg, Kelowna, and Nanaimo, and has been recognized as a spiritual leader and teacher by International Association of Churches of Truth of Canada, Centers for Spiritual Living, and Unity Worldwide Ministries. Patricia's journey truly reflects our annual theme of Align here at VTC by combining these 3 varieties of New Thought wisdom with her own life experience to continue to grow, expand, empower, and inspire. And here's the clincher. Speaking at the Victoria Truth Centre fulfills a goal she set for herself in 1983. So welcome to the stage, Reverend Patricia. Oh, actually,
Do I look that tall? Oh, thank you. She is a little short. So, hi. I was brought up with no religious tradition. I started from zero. And the reason for that was that my mom's family, just after she had got married, had suddenly become Jehovah's Witnesses. And my mom had just married an Anglican. So she thought it was a very good idea to keep us away from all of it. And for that, I am grateful. My first sense of anything at all was a book when I read I was about 6 years old, and it was about a farm family, and the children were raising calves. And they were very concerned because Dad told them that Mr. Williger was coming to look at the calves. But it turned out okay because Mr. Williger was actually Mr. Williger, and so there was no threat at all. And I said to myself, that's a little strange. But what was really strange was Dad was described as a God-fearing man. And I didn't know what God was, but I was pretty sure it wasn't something to be feared. My next experience was grade 3, Miss Goldsworthy. She taught us the golden rule, and it was like I could see it all in golden lights up in the sky. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That was my God. I knew instantly that was going to be what would make our world work. And when I was 8 years old, I went through a spell where I was very contemplative, I guess. I think I was meditating. I would lie on my bed and think. And one of the things I thought up was the idea of reincarnation, which had never been expressed to me. Another idea I thought up, I think I now would probably call it parallel universes. I used to wonder if there was another Patsy somewhere, making the opposite choice to what I made, going in this network. And, I think actually that's probably it. But pretty much, other than my friend Mary Margaret, who went to Catholic school, and I was the only kid who didn't go to Sunday school, and she had to go to Sunday school and confession, and really, eat into our playtime. So one week, she decided she was going to be so good she didn't have to go. So I supported her in that, and we didn't tell any fibs, and we didn't sneak any cookies, and we didn't, we'd wash the dishes without being told. We went to bed, we were told. Saturday morning, she says to her mom, I don't have to go to confession today. And mom says, oh, yes, you do. So she went to confession, and she went in, and she said to the priest, bless me, Father, for I have not sinned, and headed out the door. But the priest said, remember, you are a sinner, you were born a sinner, go out there and think on that, say your Hail Marys, and come back. And she went back and said the same thing again and back. Finally, she said, bless me, Father, I'm about to sin now. I'm going to tell a lie because you're making me say I sinned when I didn't. So Mary Margaret and I had a few good times together. But the next time was the 11th grade, and there was a speaker came to assembly, and I don't know who he was, but he was speaking to us. And all I remember is that he leaned across and he looked at me right in the eyes. I was about fifth row back, but it was my eyes he looked into. And he said, "Who are you?" He said, "I don't mean what's your name, and I don't mean where do you live, and I don't mean what do your parents do. I mean, who are you?" You know, the halls of the school buzzed for a week after that, because I don't think any of us had ever been led into any kind of deep thought about who and what we are and what we were capable of. Next thing, I go to California to go into nurses training at California Lutheran Hospital. My parents stayed in Toronto, so weekends I go home to Auntie Dodo and Uncle Cal's house to be with them, Jehovah's Witnesses. So they take me to the Kingdom Hall. I can only really remember once. That week, my Uncle Cal was speaking. He was what they called a circuit servant. And they had two little girls, ages 2 and 3, that they sat in the front row, and they did not move while my uncle pranced around the stage ranting about how they were trying to legalize the third sex. I didn't go back there. And then I got engaged, and I was going to get married. My fiancé was Anglican. So we went to his mother's priest, who refused to marry us because I wasn't baptized. So we went to his father's priest. And his mom and dad were together, but they went to different churches, which made me wonder too. But anyway, Mr. Skuse agreed to marry us if I would study and become baptized afterwards. And I have this memory of sitting with my beautiful new baby boy in my arms. Well, Mr. Skuse told me that this baby and all the babies in Africa who had never heard of Jesus were all going to burn in hell. So that was the last I saw of Mr. Skuse. So it was a long time, probably 20 years later, I'm back in California for Auntie Dodo's wedding, because she got rid of Uncle Cal by then and got a new guy. So this wedding took place in a religious science church. And I was astounded that the minister did not mention Jesus. He did not mention God. He talked about the infinite. And I said, oh. And shortly thereafter, my grandfather had passed away. We had a memorial service. Same thing. He didn't talk about heaven and hell and fear and all that stuff. He talked about eternal life and the fact that death and birth are portals. And I said, oh. And then the next day we went to Sunday service, and I said, that's when I heard the call. That's when I said, I got to do this, what this man is doing. I have to do this. So how do you go about it? We're on Vancouver Island. I don't know of any training here. I don't even know of any New Thought centers because I hadn't heard of that before. So we would travel, and whenever we came across religious science, we'd go. And we were in Vancouver one day, and it was Reverend Lauren McLean said, if you like what you hear, go to the Victoria Truth Centre. It's pretty much what they teach. So we got very involved with the Victoria Truth Centre. I sort of declared my ambition. I think it was a little too pushy for some people. I get like that. And we drifted away. And John Mensink came and started religious science in Victoria. So we joined that, and we got very, very interested in that for a long time. And where are we going? And about this time, of course, I started to read, because I said, show me something. They gave me the Science of Mind text as my first book. If you've read it, it's a slog. The first 4 chapters are entitled The Thing Itself, What It Does, How It Works, and How to Use It. And I put this book down. I said, did he just say what I think he just said? Did he just tell me how to use God? Yes, he did. He did. So all this training that I'm going through eventually, what happened was I took correspondence courses from Reverend Jackie Darby in Edmonton and from the Ernest Holmes College in Los Angeles, typing it out, mailing it. In Edmonton, we sent cassette tapes back and forth, got my education wherever I could, and eventually religious science in Victoria had to disaffiliate. I think they ran out of money. And they asked me to be the permanent guest speaker. About the same time, Victoria Truth Centre hired Reverend Kim Farrell, who was a Science of Mind trained minister, but she wasn't ordained. They wanted her ordained. So they called my old teacher and friend Jackie Darby to come and ordain Kim. And my board said, well, Patricia's had some experience. Why don't we ordain her at the same time? So that was my first ordination with IACT, as we called it. Victoria Truth Centre, Positive Living Centre, a Calgary, an Edmonton, and a Winnipeg centre made up the IACT sort of independent New Thought outfits. Kim and I were invited to speak in Winnipeg. This is just telling you how the universe unfolds. We were invited to speak in Winnipeg at a conference. I made the mistake of saying to the board president, I just love the way the elm trees go together in a cascade or canopy over the streets here. And she said, so do you want to come be our co-pastor? They had originally founded that center with 2 religious science-trained ministers, but one of them had been discovered to be a drug addict who was stealing from the church, so he didn't get ordained. So they went independent IACT, and here we are. So I go there for a couple of years, and the congregation says, we think we want to go back into Centers for Spiritual Living. So we said, okay. So they allowed me to challenge the practitioner and the minister exams, which I aced, and we went back, and now I'm licensed by Centers for Spiritual Living. I stay in Winnipeg 3 years, and I find myself in the back lane of my house with a shovel in my hand full of snow, and I'm weeping because I can't reach high enough to put the next shovel of snow up. So I said, okay, I got to go back to the coast. So Kamloops opened up, went there for 2 years. Then my daughter phones me from Nanaimo and says, I just bought a farm with 2 houses on it. Why don't you retire? So I did, but I still kept speaking once a month up in Campbell River. And when I was in Campbell River, there's the universe again, someone came to me and said, if you're in Nanaimo, you should check out Unity because they're looking for guest speakers. They haven't got a minister. So I went to Unity. Very shortly, I did the White Stone ceremony, which is what we do the first of every year, where after a meditative process, you hear and you name for yourself. And the name I got just dumbfounded me. The name I got was Sprout. Had no idea what this meant. But 4 months later, I was hired as the minister of Unity in Nanaimo, and I said, oh, Sprout, growth. Huh. So I have served Unity Vancouver Island for the last 10 years since my 4th retirement, and now I just moved back to Victoria to the Unity branch. So full circle, this is the way the Unity works, or the universe works. So a little about what I learned in all that. Right. Originally, I liked Science of Mind better than Unity, because the Unity people are a little more in touch with the Christian roots than CSL. I didn't have that great a feeling about Dr. Emma Smiley, and by me. Because we don't, and actually I still don't identify myself as Christian, mostly because I don't want to be painted with the same brush as some of the right-wing intolerance we're seeing these days. I have a friend who have children, and the children stay with their mother during the week and their father on weekends, and their father takes them to a Pentecostal church. On their way here, in an airport, 6-year-old Asher went up to a lady in a sari and said, are you Christian? And she said, no, dear, I'm Hindu. And he said, well, you're going to burn in hell. Mother was mortified, of course. She brought Asher to me, and he asked me if I'm Christian. And I said, yes, but not only Christian, because I'm Buddhist, and I'm Taoist, and I'm agnostic, too. He said, your church burned down, didn't it? Actually, I just had. And I said, yes. And he said, God said he was going to scorch the earth. So that's why I hesitate to call myself Christian sometimes. But I do recognize that there's every shade of Christian out there. So what do I believe? God is a divine presence, the intelligence which created the world and which expresses in it. So the New Thought understanding of Christ, for instance, is not as a surname for Jesus, but as a title, meaning a spark of the divine. And that's present in each and every one of us. And so we have a Christ nature just as Jesus did. We sometimes say that Jesus, rather than being the exception to all humanity, is the great example for humanity of what we all can be. And as we mature in this teaching, we move, to me, along a progression from the idea that God is for me, God's on my side, wants my country to win the war and my football game to win the game. We move from God is for me to God is in me. And then once we get more comfortable with that, we move to God is through me, working into the world through me. And finally, God is as me, walking and doing our work on the world. So we learn to use God. Yeah. We have tools. We have wonderful tools that keep us all going, right? Denials and affirmations. No matter which branch of New Thought you're in, we've all got these. Denials and affirmations, the power of positive thinking, the power of negative thinking, the power of our words. Spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer. Our prayer is not an asking or a begging prayer. It's a prayer of acceptance. Dr. Ken Gordon, who was a spiritual leader of CSL, he used to command in prayer. He would command. We have Unity's 5 principles, which are essentially, God is all there is, therefore everything is God, therefore I am God, each of us. Therefore we do what God does, which is create. We do that by connecting in prayer and meditation, and it's not enough to know the truth, we have to live it. We have to live it. And God responds. That's the thing that really grabbed me. God actually responds to me. I have a wonderful example, but not time to tell it today. Having these tools is liberating and empowering. Imagine trying to drive a car without knowing how it works, or what makes it go, or what the rules of the road are. You know, what if kids got in the car and just started pushing buttons? It could be chaotic, right? For a long time, I drove my life that way, not knowing how it works, not understanding it all. So when we go on a spiritual journey, we discover what the rules of life are, how life works, how to actually manage it. I'm currently reading a book entitled Your Life, Why It Is the Way It Is and What You Can Do About It. And it's by Bruce MacArthur, who actually writes about the Edgar Cayce readings. And he says that there are many universal laws, spiritual laws. So just as in the physical world, we have laws of gravity, thermodynamics, electromagnetism, all that stuff, and we know how they work. We've researched them, we've become aware of them. They were there long before we knew about them, and now we know more about them. We have more control in the physical world. He says the same is true of spiritual laws. There are many spiritual laws we don't even know about, let alone how they work. So you've probably heard of the law of attraction, or the law of mind action, but there are many, many more. He says that the law of attraction is actually a sub-law of what he calls the law like begets like. He defines the law as an unbreakable, unchangeable principle of life that operates invariably for all existence, for all human beings and all things, everywhere, all the time. So rock solid. Universal laws include the law of cause and effect, karmic law, laws of self, law of choice, the law of increase, the law of guidance, the law of belief, the law of faith, laws of love, and the master law, truth. Imagine what it would be like if we actually knew how those laws actually work, and others we haven't even thought about yet. If we knew as much about belief and choice and love as we do about gravity, wouldn't our lives be different? One insight that I had while reading his book was that me knowing the golden rule obligates me to live from that always. Once I know that rule, I'm obligated. It gives me a responsibility. I know the way I treat others is a cause, and therefore I have the responsibility to act out of that, which supports Unity's 5th principle. It's not enough to know, you have to act from it. Right? So we each have a journey through religion, and I'm sure yours has probably been just as interesting as mine. So thank you for listening to mine. I hope you don't think I'm all that egotistical. But I did learn some things, right? The journey is never over. It should never be over. We should keep going, shouldn't we? No matter how advanced we are, we need to keep thinking, we need to keep coming together, we need to keep smiling, we need to keep singing, we need to keep praying, we need to keep meditating, and we need to keep growing and learning. And we need to keep praying, we need to keep doing unto others as you would have others do unto you. Blessings and namaste.
Thank you, Reverend Patricia. Oh, it gets me excited about classes starting to come here because yesterday we had a very immersive all-day planning and strategy session with the board, which included a visioning, and there was a lot of talk about religious science, science of mind, new thought principles, and I'm so excited that so much of what Reverend Patricia just shared is going to be coming down the pike here. I'm going to announce it in the announcements, but yeah, we're going to get to know more about new thought here at VTC. So now is the time for us to gather in small groups and have some conscious connection through conversation. So I just want to say, if this isn't your jam, that's totally okay. You can just sort of hang back, go for a little walk, get yourself some tea. There's some in the foyer. But if you would like to unpack or sort of like chew on some of the stuff that you're experiencing in this moment that maybe has been inspired by Reverend Patricia's talk, the music, just being here in community, then I invite you to get into little groups of 3 or 4. Just move your chairs, with some people nearby, and I will ding the meditation bowl when it's time to come back. Okay? Linda.
Really quickly, I just wanted to mention, you said that Lois McLean from Victoria Truth Centre was in Vancouver speaking? Laura? Lauren McLean. Oh, okay. I thought it was the same Lois McLean that was VTC. Okay, so you know that her son Ed is still been a member here, and I knew Lois McLean. So the whole circle of your story, I was just in awe. That's sweet.
Right on. Thank you, Linda. All right, have at it. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. 2-minute warning, 2-minute warning. All right, everyone, welcome back. So as people are coming back into formation, the You Are Beautiful blessing box is going around. So if you haven't been here before, it's been a while, the box comes around, you get the You Are Beautiful message, and then open it up and just choose an affirmation or a blessing. Whichever one you get is the one that's meant for you. And then for those who've been here for a while, just add it to your collection. All right, so thank you, Reverend Patricia, for that amazing talk, and thank you so much for that meditation this morning. It was so beautiful for me to sit and receive and just be part of it as normally the person who is up here, so that just felt so good. Thank you. And the quote that you gave us, that reminded me of a Rabindranath Tagore poem. Yeah? Okay. Faith is the bird that sings before the sunrise, before the dawn. Yeah, that totally sounds... Does anyone know Kelby, we did a song with you that was to a Rabindranath Tagore. Faith is the bird that sees the light.
And sings while the sky is still dark.
Something like that. Yeah, similar. Yeah, the meditation quote we had today from Reverend Patricia was very, very similar. Okay, so as that You Are Beautiful blessing box is going around, we're going to move to generosity. So I'm actually going to invite Reverend Patricia to come up here, and we're going to talk about what's giving. So giving is a God quality. It is something that is so natural and a part of our essence, our essential beingness. And so I want to know, what does giving mean to you?
Well, actually, in Nanaimo, over the past year, we had an unexpected income program where we met just once a month and reported. And the agreement was you committed to tithe 10% of any unexpected income you received. And it's amazing. It's just amazing, the money that shows up from the weirdest places that you never... Now I'm going to share my story if I can. Yeah. I got into Kiwanis Village right away, no 7-year waiting list for me, 1 month and I was in, so I've got rent I can afford in Victoria. I've got all that surprising amount of stuff in my room, but I have a corner there where it's just begging for a small red chair. So I haunted the thrift stores and stuff, haven't found it. I had a phone call last week from one of the women in Nanaimo, where I left, saying, your friend Joanna tells me you're all settled except that you haven't got a chair. So 10 of us, or 18 of us have each put in $10, and we're going to go send you an IKEA chair. It's a poang chair, that's right. So go online, take a look, tell me what color you want and what wood you want, and I'll order it. So I said, well, I want red. She got back and said, well, it doesn't come in red. And I said, well, there's a different style that does. They had it, but she said, it's too complicated. It's going to cost $75 to ship it. So I'm going to send you $180 and you buy the chair you want. So I was muddling around the IKEA website, and something whispered in my ear, check Facebook Marketplace. Red poang chair. The high back model, not the low back model, red, wood arms, comes with a footstool and a change of colors. Wow. So I now have a red chair and a white chair. So I went and bought that. On the way home, I stopped at the Restore and I picked up a floor lamp and a table. And I have this perfect little reading corner. $175, $5 left over. I tithed on that so fast. And I mean, that's the kind of thing that's just natural in my life since I took the step and tried to look for ways I can give away money. Because the best thing I can do with money is give it away. That's my favorite thing.
Thank
you. Is that a good answer?
That's a great story, but stay up here, don't go. So thank you. And I've heard some of your other stories because at Reverend Joanna's, one of your Wednesdays, you were the guest speaker, and there was a whole lot of that kind of stuff that you were talking about. And it was just incredible. So tuned in to who and what you are, and it just keeps coming and coming and coming, law of circulation. Anyway, I just want to ask everyone to check in with how you're feeling right now compared to how you were feeling when you came in. And for those who are feeling uplifted, more connected, joyful, more, I don't know, just like anchored in love, whatever it is that you're feeling that you feel is positive and bubbling up in you, please know that this is bubbling up from a wellspring that never runs out. Because if there's only this one incredible, amazing thing going on that has no end, no beginning, boundless, limitless, is eternal, it's always. And so no matter how much we give of the love we are, of the spirit what we are, we will never run out of that, and there's always more to give. And it feels so good to give, whether you get, a red and a white chair and a footstool or not. So please know that giving is a part of our nature, and it is something that we get to do. We don't have to do it. Now, money is not the only way. There are those ways if you want to do it with money, but you can also give of your time. You can offer your skills. And so whatever it is, however you want to give, I invite all of us to put our hands on our hearts right now and declare this generosity affirmation together. In gratitude I give, in gratitude I receive. By embracing generosity with enthusiasm and delight, I celebrate the infinite possibilities of living life lovingly, and so it is.
Can I go now?
No. Oh. You can do a prayer now.
Oh, okay. This is a closing prayer. Please join me. And just our very breath reminds us we can draw in air from anywhere, no matter where we are. We can draw in air to nurture us, to maintain us, to grow us. What a gift. And think of the water we find everywhere. How blessed we are to have fresh, pure water. And in the indigenous ways, let us thank the trees, the standing people, for all they gave us. And the animals, the vegetables, the plants that grow, that feed us. How blessed we are. And add to that friendship, wisdom, connection, community. How grateful we are. And we acknowledge that, and we accept that, and we intend that for every one of our brothers and sisters on this planet, that they should be peace and plenty and love. And just by our words, we start that in motion, because the infinite is always responding to our word. So our word is love. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you. All right. So just a few announcements to go through. There is a healing circle right after this. And so if you would like to include something in the prayer box, the little butterfly box on the back table over there are some forms. Just fill it out, put it in that, and all of those prayers in that box today are going to come into our prayer circle. If you would like to email anything during the week, you can always do so at prayers@victoriatruthcentre.org, whether it is through that email, the box, or however you end up being in the circle with us today. The VTC prayer team is always, always knowing and praying affirmatively for everyone, knowing wholeness, allness, and wellness for all. Membership renewal. Get ready to get a call from a board member in the next couple of weeks, because we have our deadline, according to our bylaws, the end of this month to renew memberships. And so, just, wait for the phone to ring, and you're going to get to have a nice conversation with one of our board members about membership, community building, and who knows, whatever else comes up in that conversation. Upcoming classes. So on Sunday, February 22nd from 12:30 to 2 after Celebrate is going to be our very first VTC orientation class. 90 minutes, and people, whether they are members or non-members, are invited to attend, and members are highly encouraged to attend, because this is going to be an opportunity for a refresher on New Thought principles, on the VTC values compass, and basically, who are we, what are we doing here, and why are we coming together on a regular basis at VTC? So I'm really, really excited that we're finally at that stage here. And then on Saturdays from February 14th to March 14th, Sherry Morgan and I are going to be teaching a course on prayer. She's going to bring in her perspective. I'm going to bring in the New Thought perspective. And it's going to be about connection. It's going to be about integration. It's going to be very experiential, because prayer is the #1 tool to shift consciousness, move energy, and it can look different for different people. So more to come on that. These are all the things that are happening in the sanctuary this month. If you would like more information, please visit our events page on the website. Happening tonight, because it's the third Sunday, is Sunday Night Soundscape with Jen Lang. So that is a very atmospheric experience with sound bowls, with light language, and it's a beautiful, beautiful, immersive, grounding, and expansive experience at the same time. And if you want to know more about what's happening here on a regular basis, then signing up for our newsletter is the way to go. The clipboard is on that back table, not far from the prayer box. And is there anyone in the community has something that they would like to share or invite the community into? Nope. Okay, then I'm going to invite everyone to stand up. We're going to sing our closing tune, Holy, Holy Way. And Glenn is going to come and get the clicker from me. Thank you. So this is a call and response, right? Not a call and call. So you guys have your part, I have my part. You're going to be singing with Kelby. And this is one of my favorite tunes to feel spirit in the body. Thank you, Ricky Byers.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me know that love is all around.
Let me know that love is all around.
Oh, let me know that love is all around me.
Let me know, let me know that.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fall.
Let me learn from all the ways I fall.
Oh, let me know that love will heal us all.
Let me know that love will heal us all.
Oh, let me walk each day a little wiser.
Let me walk each day a little bit.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
All right, everyone, bless your neighbor for the week or until the healing circle in a few minutes. All right, here we go. Chorus again. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me share the good that's overflowing.
Let me share the good that's overflowing.
Oh, let me care for those around the world.
Let me care for those around the world.
Oh, let my steps reveal the path of peace.
Let my steps reveal the path of peace.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Thank you, Dr. Tony Genge on organ. Thank you, Kelby MacNayr, vocals and drums, VTC Community Choir in the seats. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today, in person, online. We love you, we appreciate you, and we're so glad you're here. And we'll see you next week or at the Healing Circle in a few minutes. Gentlemen, thank you.
Dr. Tony Genge, Dr. Tony Genge.